Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central, and it's time to talk about the past week's Guns N' Roses news. So let's get started with a shout out to Guns N' Roses from Vicky Cornell, who is the wife of the late Soundgarden singer Chris Cornell. She gave a shout out to Axl Rose, Slash, and Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses for honoring her late husband at Rock in Rio. Of course, they played Black Hole Sun, a song that they've been playing since late May when they kicked off the European leg of their Not in This Lifetime tour. We've also got a new photo of Justin Bieber wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt when he was out and about running some errands. And this isn't the first time that he's actually wore a popular hard rock band and gotten some criticism. A lot of people don't think he's a legitimate Guns N' Roses fan. I definitely don't think he is. He was spotted wearing a Metallica shirt a little while back, and there was a lot of people online criticizing him for wearing that shirt. There's also been some reports from some GNR fans on the forums, and even one of them tweeted at me that if you guys go check out Spotify and you want to look for the song It's So Easy, apparently it's no longer on Spotify. So if you go search Appetite for Destruction, It's So Easy doesn't show up. It's not even listed on the track listing for Live Era album as well. So maybe there's some sort of licensing issue or glitch happening with Spotify. I know some people have reported that the same thing has also happened with the song Welcome to the Jungle on iTunes. So this past week, on September 26th, it would have been the late Shannon Hoon's 50th birthday. So Alternative Nation wrote an article basically to mark the occasion, and they took an excerpt out from the first ever book, A Devil on One Shoulder and an Angel on the Other, the story of Shannon Hoon and Blind Melon. And there were some excerpts from the book where they had interviews with Gilby Clarke and Duff McKagan who talked about Shannon Hoon. So Gilby Clarke said, "One thing I always remembered about Shannon was that he was one of those people that had fun in life. He was just one of those happy people. I never saw him depressed. I always saw him happy, maybe because it's always around the shows, traveling, or just living in the moment. He really did live life to the fullest. Every moment was precious, and he just lived it. He went as far and as fast as he could." Duff said, "The guy was a really special guy. He was so full of life, a really funny dude. He was a guy I liked hanging out with. He didn't fit the typical singer mold. The typical singer mold in a big band, they're precious, you know, and he wasn't that at all." So if you guys remember, Blind Melon toured with Guns N' Roses in 1993 as part of the Skin and Bones tour, and the book A Devil on One Shoulder and an Angel on the Other, the story of Shannon Hoon, is written by Greg Prados. We've got some Steven Adler news. So there's a new endorsement that Steven Adler has with Soultone Cymbals, and there's a YouTube video up which I've linked to down below. He talks about his experience with Soultone. There's some footage of him playing with the cymbals as well, and it's just really nice to see Steven happy and looking healthy. So go check it out if you hit the description box below. We've also got some other Steven Adler news. So on October 3rd, 2017, he's going to be at the Whiskey A Go-Go at Ultimate Jam Night. Now, it's featuring Steven Adler, and there's going to be other guests as well. Still not sure who the other guests are going to be, and there's also a website you can actually stream it live on as well. So I put a link to Steven Adler's Facebook post down below if you guys are interested in live streaming it. I also want to let you guys know that probably one of my favorite YouTube channels is 10 Second Songs. They do like different mashups of the same song, you know, sung by different bands. And they actually gave a shout out to Guns N' Roses on one of their most recent videos where they had two guys sing 25 songs with the same beat. So I've put a link to that video down below in the description box. We've also got a new interview with McBob from the site Radial. They were backstage at a Guns N' Roses show, and they were talking about the gear that Guns N' Roses have been using on their Not in This Lifetime tour. I've put a link to that video down below as well. And then we also had some of the members of Guns N' Roses reacting to the terrible attacks in Las Vegas. So Duff McKagan tweeted out, "Waking up to this awful Las Vegas news. So sorry for those of you who've lost loved ones. This is so damn heartbreaking." We also had Chris Novoselic saying, "Feeling really sick over the shooting in Las Vegas." And Vicky Cornell said, "Heartbroken and shocked by the tragic news of the shooting in Las Vegas. Prayers go out to the victims and their families. It's time for a change." So there was a bunch of other people in the music industry who also commented on it. So I've linked to it down below in the description box if you want to see more. We've also got some social media photos from the members of Guns N' Roses. So Slash was taking some photos with some fans. Same with Duff. And then we also had the band members also spotted with Alice Cooper out for dinner. It's such a shame that they never got together with Alice Cooper and performed The Garden live. But that does it for this week's Guns N' Roses news, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your comments down below, and be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, please subscribe if you want to stay up to date on the latest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.